Hello friends, welcome back to another exciting video. Today I'm sharing an unforgettable story that will take you on a journey of despair, resilience, and triumph. A testament to how hope can truly change everything. Ready? Let's dive in. Once upon a time, in a small quiet town, surrounded by rolling hills, lived a young woman named Elena. Her days were filled with the kind of silence that came not from peace, but from absence. Elena had once been a vibrant artist, her canvases alive with the colors of her dreams. But life, with its relentless challenges, had stolen her light. Now she sat in a dimly lit apartment, staring at blank walls that once held her art. Elena had lost her family in a tragic accident. The weight of grief pressed on her chest like a heavy stone, suffocating her will to create, to dream, or even to hope. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and each morning she woke to a world that seemed darker than the last. She believed her life had come to a standstill, a relentless cycle of emptiness. One rainy afternoon, as the sound of droplets against her window mirrored the tears she held back, she found herself aimlessly wandering the town. Her feet led her to a bookstore she had never noticed before. Its wooden sign creaked in the wind, reading, "The chapter ahead." Something about the name pulled her in. Inside, the scent of old pages and the warm glow of lamplight wrapped around her like a comforting embrace. She browsed without purpose until a small weathered book caught her eye. Its title was simple, "The Power of Hope." Intrigued, she opened it to find an inscription that read, "To those who feel lost, may this guide you back to yourself." Elena clutched the book and returned home. As she read, she discovered stories of people who had faced unimaginable odds and still found a way to persevere. Their journeys ignited a spark within her, faint but undeniable. For the first time in months, she felt a flicker of something she had almost forgotten: hope. The days that followed were not without struggle. Elena battled the voices in her mind that whispered doubts, tried to drown the small ember of hope growing within her. "Why bother?" they sneered. But she clung to the stories in the book, finding solace in their lessons. She decided to take a small step forward. Her first act of defiance against despair was to retrieve her art supplies from the dusty corner where they had been abandoned. At first, her hands trembled as she held a paintbrush. The canvas stared back at her, vast and intimidating. But she made the first stroke. It was uneven, hesitant, but it was their proof of her effort. Each day, she painted a little more. Her pieces were raw, brimming with the pain she had suppressed, but also with the burgeoning hope she was rediscovering. Her apartment began to fill with color once more, as if her art was reclaiming the space from the shadows. One morning, while walking to clear her mind, Elena noticed a group of children huddled near an old playground. The equipment was rusted, the swings creaking with neglect. An idea struck her, one that made her heart race with a mix of fear and excitement. She decided to repaint the playground, to bring it back to life, not just for herself, but for the children who deserved a place to dream. At first, the townspeople were skeptical. They watched from a distance as she began sanding the peeling paint and sketching designs. But as days turned into weeks, something extraordinary happened. One by one, people joined her. A carpenter fixed broken benches. A gardener planted flowers around the edges. The playground, once a forgotten relic, became a vibrant hub of laughter and connection. Elena's transformation inspired others. Her willingness to hope, to act despite her pain, rippled through the community. People who had been weighed down by their own struggles found solace in her story. They began sharing their burdens, finding strength in one another. The town, much like Elena's apartment, was coming back to life. The impact of Elena's journey didn't end with the playground. Her story reached beyond the town's borders. A journalist covering human interest stories heard about the transformation and published an article. Letters began pouring in from strangers who found inspiration in Elena's courage. Her art, once a private expression of her pain, became a symbol of hope for others. Elena realized that hope was not just a feeling. It was a force, a choice that required action. It had the power to heal, to unite, and to transform. She began speaking at schools and community centers, sharing her journey and encouraging others to hold on to hope, even in their darkest moments. Years later, Elena stood in a gallery filled with her artwork. Each piece told a story of resilience, of a heart that had been shattered but refused to remain broken. The gallery's name, The Chapter Ahead, was a tribute to the bookstore and the journey it had sparked. Elena's journey reminded everyone who crossed her path that hope was not just a personal lifeline, but a gift to the world. Her story had become a beacon, proving that even in the face of adversity, hope could change everything. As she looked out at the crowd gathered to celebrate her work, Elena felt a profound sense of gratitude. She raised a glass and said, "To hope, the quiet strength that carries us forward, the light that guides us home, may we never let it fade." And in that moment, surrounded by the warmth of community and the glow of possibility, it was clear hope truly had the power to change everything.